network that they were monitoring, and we were watching it up on the big screen. It's kind of cool when you go to the NOC that way. And I watched a rolling red for the network, right? I said, oh my God, what happened? They go, well, Carl, move over and look at the weather map. And there you could see in this Midwest, upper Midwest city, the thundercloud rolling across the city, and the access points all flipping to red. It's outdoor technology, okay? Now, it does have its place. Look, I can argue both sides of this equation pretty easily. It has its place. But when you start talking about your home, this is why for us it's that quality, it's that blended user experience, okay? So now you got to run it. So let's go ahead and work this out, guys, right? Let's say you do 40 access points a square mile, and it costs you $500 an access point a year, $1,000 an access point a year to run it. So let's just make the math easy. Let's do it 1,000 times 40. That's $40,000 a year per square mile. Now, by the way, the point of my conversation here is not to actually scare the bejesus out of you for Wi-Fi, okay? It's to give you the idea of what's going on in our lives at the service provider. It costs money. So when everyone talks to me about free, I'm like, yes, okay, I hear you. But it costs money, okay? And by the way, CALIA is not a trivial certification that we all have to go get, okay? Not inexpensive to add. By the way, you have to have it on your Wi-Fi network. By the way, if you're AT&T and we don't have it, you end up on the front page of the USA Today. Okay? Technology refresh. We built a technology refresh in after year 4. The guy from Connect said he did it after year 7. Okay? These things, this costs money. All right. Guess what? Here's the surprise. Digital inclusion costs money too. Okay? I'm a huge fan of digital inclusion. In fact, they've started, I think they think I'm a closet socialist inside AT&T lately because I push the agenda so. Look, the strategy, I think we get it. AT&T has been doing work in the community forever. We made a $100 million donation to One Economy to help promote digital inclusion. But I got to tell you, the cities all want what? Kickstart funding and then an ongoing piece. Okay? And it's just another line item. It's just another bracket item on the business case. No problem. If you ask for more, right, you can ask for as much as you want. Just remember, the service provider on their side is going, my penetration numbers aren't going up any. Okay? How does this get paid for? Okay? By the way, this is, I will tell you, this is great work that came out of our, a lot of credit to One Economy and Intel and Lenovo and Motorola, who worked with us in Chicago, who I think have crystallized our view on digital inclusion, social inclusion for the, through Wi-Fi. And a lot of people talk about 4 prongs, but there are really 6, okay? Because it really matters. Everyone talks about access. Well, access is access, okay? But if you don't have a device, what's the point of access, okay? And frankly, the bigger issue is, and Intel really taught me this, you need to market the service. Otherwise, the folks who don't know they need it, don't know it's available, and then now they know that that matters, okay? So I would tell you, okay? Just remember, we agree, it's important, it's critical, but it costs money, okay? All right, so profit or not. What I would tell you is I've done lots of emerging businesses for AT&T. This is one, okay? I've got another 5 I got approved in the last 6 months, okay? It requires focus. So, I say it a lot, and I don't know whether it's a motherhood apple pie pitch, but I would tell you, patience, okay? A lot of cities have been incorporated for how many years? 50, 75, 100? AT&T's been around 125 years. We want to be around another 125 years, as does your city. So you need to have the right partner, but you also need to remember, it's an emerging technology. What if Wavion proves it? SkyPilot, Motorola, Cisco, they're all going to come out with their next gen. What if suddenly instead of 40 to get the kind of coverage I need, I only need 20 access points? And you don't think our partners aren't working on that? Oh, of course they are. It's what they're paid to do. What are you going to do about existing technology? Who do you think? Singular? You think AT&T Cellular is just going to let this go by? What about new technology? WiMAX. 700 megahertz auctions going on here. Did it start? It's close though. Yeah, my boss is doing it. So, what about unlicensed spectrum? How messy and sticky and gloopy is it? Okay, how do we manage around that? It's a very competitive marketplace. Do you really want to think twice? Do you think that AT&T? Do you think that Comcast? Do you think that Verizon? We're all just going to sit and wait and watch? No. It's competitive. And these are adult competitors. So if you're an emerging company, you get shown a lot of deference, you get indulged, okay? But this is an adult game. Telco is an adult game. The market demand for Wi-Fi. Well, we don't know how many people are going to actually use it. We don't. We're still waiting. Earthlink had their number come out. They think they announced 2,000 users or something. Okay? We don't know. We'll find out. It's coming. There'll be new packages. How will people take it? And by the way, to do this, it's a complex ecosystem. I wish I could tell you. Just to do the advertising piece, you have to get into the online advertising business, which means you need an ad server. Okay, which means now you're talking to Nebuad and Fiva, right? You're talking to people you didn't even know existed. The fact that I can use Jywire in a sentence should impress you, okay? The fact that I've met with them, even more impressive. Now, I actually knew Skip when he was at Yahoo. I don't know, that seems a bit incestuous, I suppose, but you know how that goes. Conclusion. So here's what I would tell you when you're focused on profit. Long-term focus. Don't get stuck thinking about tomorrow. Remember what your goals are, stay focused on them, and think about it long term. You need to find the right partner. You need to find the right partner who has the financial strength to see it through. It's not embarrassing. Look, the only time it's embarrassing to ask somebody how much they make is when you invited them over to your house for a barbecue and you look at your neighbor and go, Bob, yes, how much do you make? That's embarrassing. When you're interviewing and someone wants to hire you, you need to say, and how much are you going to pay me? Those are fair questions. When you're interviewing a service provider, how much free cash flow do you spin off? What's your long-term financial goal? How much money are you committed to this space? Because guess what? It's going to take more than 6 months to shake out. And then, by the way, it costs $40,000 a year just to manage a square mile. I'm deploying 200 square miles.